the magic is he quit. We've broken up twice. We have tried to end this intentionally or just naturally.
And you
And
can't.
here I sit. And I'm like, but literally, what is that?
Yeah.
So why did you quit?
I think I've been asked this a bunch, and I'm going to give you the real answer.
Hell yeah.
For so many years, I would say this. At the time, I was like, "That's because God wants me to do something else."
Mm-hmm.
And then I backpedaled it to a mental health thing, health anxiety. I got to get myself straight, figured out. But I think the long and short of it was I disagreed with him, and I wanted things my own way.
Yeah.
Musically, creatively, religiously. What do you mean?
Musically and creatively, which is it's now shrunken the pot to be not as sexy of a reason to quit a band. But I think that he wanted to go one way and I wanted to go another way.
Or you couldn't meet in the middle.
Yeah, we couldn't meet in the middle. Well, we easily could have.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Yeah, that could have been one of our million
Yeah.
predestined paths.
Yeah,
we chose this one.
I think that the easy thing, and now I disagree with him musically as much as I did then.
Mm-hmm.
But now I understand the converging paths and like, oh, I disagree with you musically because it just challenges me here, or
Yeah.
it pushes a button here for me.
There's just a,
Essentially, the sound of Underoath is a disagreement, in my opinion,
mm-hmm.
because it's so many different influences and different ideals and different ways and walks of life coming together to make you 42 minutes. And it's awful and hard to make. And I wasn't willing to do that work anymore at the time.
Mm.
I would just, and more ideally, I think music is, you said something a little while ago, you show up in the studio and you do it. And I am a songwriter in Nashville, and I work on I worked on a Jelly song. I work on all this stuff, and you show up and there's a anybody got a title, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. That's the show up thing.
Yeah.
But Underoath to me is more, I see it as like an ideal, like this makes me feel this way, and I don't understand this thing, so I'm gonna write. I don't even know if this makes sense. So I'm gonna write something that makes me try to understand this thing that I don't understand, and I don't agree with you on that ideal, but we have to try to agree on the ideal.
Yeah.
Tim will write something that is so unstructured and essentially just a run-on sentence. And that stresses me the fuck out. Like, I see music as like, it must have an appetizer and then more acidic flavor.
Yeah.
And then now I need richness. And I'm going to end with the uni because that's the last thing I want in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
To quote you.
Yeah.
Tim will go, I think I'm just going to eat the whole entree right now. Are there any fries left? I'll have 2. I don't do sweets.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, you just fucked the whole thing. But there's such a beauty in that I wasn't able to accept at the time and learn how to integrate with. And that's the long answer.
That's growth,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And now I see it. Now I
Mhm.
see the beauty in it. And it's gotten easier.
Yeah.
But it still isn't easy.
But it requires you sometimes. Like Marguerite and I broke up before we got engaged. We were broken up for like 6 months, and I bought a ring and moved back home and proposed to her. And I feel like had we not broken up, we probably never would have made it or gotten married.
Same.
And
I broke up with my wife twice.
yeah, I do think that like sometimes you're just not ready, or you're not mature enough, or you have to experience the world without your partner long enough to say, okay, I've done it with them, I've done it without them. Both of them are painful, but this one has more light involved with it, and this is the one that I need to do.
Yeah. And I think growing up Christian, for me at least, like, you think it's pre-written and you're going to know it. And once you find that person, it just all locks in and it's perfect. And that's why I freaked out. I'm like, oh, then it just can't, this isn't working because of what? Like, any dumb thing. I quit dating Elizabeth the same way he quit making music with me. Like,
Yeah.
in hindsight, those feelings are still there. Do we still argue? Yes. We now have new tools to kind of unravel and sift through that. And I think it's really, and it does make it more meaningful. Underoath means more to me now because, in spite, using it the right way, like in spite of all of it, no, without all of that, you don't know what you have. You don't have a reverence.
Yeah.
You don't have that kind of feeling of I've had it, I've lost it, and now I have it again. And having it again is way different than having it for the first time and not knowing what you have.
Yeah.
And when you're younger, it's very easy to be like, to give up when you say, I want it to be this way. I can't understand why no one else wants it this way.
Yes.
But I think that's what makes, like, the thing that I said earlier that I was like, the reason I think I liked your guys' band, there's so many death metal bands that they'd play and I don't really give a shit about. But the fact that you brought Nirvana and you brought Jimmy Eat World and you know what I mean? Like, you put all these different pieces of the puzzle together and that makes amazing music and amazing art. And so I think that's, I'm happy you guys got back together.
It is easier. It
For
is
sure.
easier though to like.
Just be with a bunch of dudes who want to play the exact same thing.
It is, and you. There's necessity that like I think Underoath is stylistically built on the back of the necessity, meaning like you said something like a little bit ago about like it wasn't just blast beats. Well, brother, I don't play double bass,
Yeah.
so I don't have that luxury. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't have in many ways the talent.
You never played double bass?
I did a little.
Yes,
I,
you
I-
did.
I dabbled, but I wasn't good at it. I don't at all. I haven't at all now since '06. But I dabbled, but I was never good enough to be like the guy or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I haven't owned a double bass pedal since 2006.
Wow.
Now. But he wasn't this virtuosic guitar player, and I wasn't the virtuosic drummer. But whatever brand of those things made something that some people call great.
That's so awesome. You guys grew together.
Yeah.
We learned how to do it
Amazing.
I mean,
together.
I
Yeah.
think for me it was intentional. Like the people that were really good, all the guys with the Full Sail or culinary degrees, just they're not creative. Somebody was like, "Yo, dude, like when you wrote that riff and you hit the minor seventh on the pentatonic," I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
They're like,
Huh?
they're like, "You don't know that you're doing that?" I'm like, "I know that I'm doing that. I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah. I know the thing I'm doing. I don't know what you
And
call it.
they look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh." Like a very long time ago, I will watch tutorials on Pro Tools and Logic. I want to get more proficient in my craft. When it comes to art, it's different for me.
Yeah.
And the dumber I am, the more real stuff's going to come out. Case in
yes.
point, first song on our new album, Generation No Surrender. He's a chameleon, by the way. He says he likes structure. He came into my studio and he sat down and he goes, I want to write verbatim. I want to write a ripper. I want to give him the dick the whole time. And
Sounds right.
I
Spoken
said-
like a true Christian.
Sorry, Mom. And I said, copy you. 2 hours later, Generation No Surrender, the song that's on our album, first track, was done. Not vocally.
Which, by the
musically.
way, is a banger.
Thank
It really
Thank
is.
you.
And the perfect name for Not a Damn Chance Mindset.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then we made it with our friend, front of house guy JJ, who was engineering at the time. And then we go up to the mountains to make the record with our producer that produced the album, Danon. And he's like, show me all the demos. I just want to wrap my head around it. He got to that one. Every song, notes, like, what if I think I have a new idea, like collaboration. And he just goes, that just sounds like an Underoath song.
Fuck
No
yeah.
notes. Sometimes you don't have to wait 3 years in the shower. Sometimes it just comes out.